Hello and welcome to the Anfield Boot Room. With me today is my ever glamorous assistant manager, Dave Dodds.
Yes.
That will never not be funny to me. Right, so yeah, Dave's going to share his views. I don't know how gender fluid we're making this.
Yeah, I identify with anything at this
Right,
time.
great. So when we last left you was a 6-1 victory over Barcelona in the European Super Cup. As you can see, if you cast your eyes towards the top of this list, I've had a fairly banging season. So a 4-0 home win against Manchester United was very good. There was a bit of a wobble against West Ham, which, as I remember, was statistically ridiculous. So if we look at the match stats, yeah, exactly, Dave. So 47 shots to 5, 30 on target to 3. Jesus, got a 4 clear-cut chances to 2, and somehow that translates into a 2-2 draw. I just very strange.
I'll tell you what that is that you scored 2 goals and they also scored 2 goals.
I tell you what, Dave, that is about. They don't have it still, but what they do is after every match they have your assistant manager's analysis, and that's about as good and as much use as it is. To be honest, whenever I refer to it, I always regret it because it's always useless. We then I was nervous about this game. So Arsenal away, the kind of game we might lose in a season where I want to go unbeaten. We won 7-0. We smashed Newcastle 4-1, AFC Astra, who are terrible, 4-0, Fulham 4-0, Leeds 2-0 in a bit of a stutter, but I played some younger players. Chelsea 8-0. What are you laughing at?
8-0.
8-0. I beat Chelsea 8-0, and Chelsea, to be fair, Chelsea have declined a bit, as you'll know, Dave, from your day-to-day role.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they got smashed to hell. I beat CSKA Moscow 5-0, Millwall 3-1. It was a bit more of a, but yeah, Sheffield United 6-2. Benfica 3-1, 1-1 at Burnley, which in my monthly update, they're still having a go at me about this one. The stats were kind of weird. I played some youth players, like I started Sebastian Bialek, for instance, who could actually be rather good. Let's see what Dave thinks. Dave Dodds, you think he's going to be pretty good, apparently.
Yeah, I do think he's going to be pretty good.
Would you like to back up this report that you've written with any further analysis?
Well, I think he's got the potential to be a world-class right-back in the future.
But I'd say that's fair. Yeah. Although, as you know, Dave, in my preferred system of play, I don't play right backs. So what have we got to say about that, Dave?
That's just what I thought he would be good at. if you're gonna play him somewhere else, that's your prerogative.
Maybe I just flashed up that we're actually training him as a defensive midfielder, which
that's not too far off what I thought, is it? I said yeah, on the right, you're playing him in the middle.
You're bang right.
Yeah.
God's sake. Anyway, so yeah, a complete mismatch and disaster. I hit the woodwork 4 times, although they hit it twice. But I had 34 shots. It's just obscene, really. It's just every single time. Right, so another draw, big QPR Leeds, and what I didn't really want you to see, but what you will see here is that we lost to Man City away. The fixture that I feared Arsenal may be was this fixture instead, and we just it was very annoying because looky here, our friend Tomaz, who used to play for me, is reasonably good, but he's not great. He scored his first Man City career goal against me. They bought him for £58 million. I sold him for 9 a while ago, but he's obviously got a lot better since then. So this is one that I genuinely come to regret, and I wish PSG had got him instead of Man City. That would have been fine. But he literally, I would show you the goal, but I can't be bothered. He literally just kind of ran, didn't do tricks, just literally physically jogged past a couple of players who it's not supposed to be easy to jog past. And then from there, it all just went wrong. I scored a goal and then tried to turn the game around. They struck back. He knocked in the rebound from a penalty. And then, I scored an own goal unaccountably. But I still had the majority of the stats going my way, which, I mean, only just. But yeah, to have lost that 3-1 where I had more shots and more shots on target is slightly frustrating. Thanks. Thanks, Dave. So I didn't let that get me down too much. I know that I want to go a whole season unbeaten, so it has kind of put a bit of a downer on this entire season. But that hasn't stopped me scoring. I beat Everton 3-0, Astra 5-1 again. That was a good one because we had 2 players sent off and still beat them 5-1. Sunderland 4-0. Nottingham Forest in an insane game. Okay. Absolutely insane. I was 4-0 up at half time? No, 3-0 up at half time. I brought on some of the younger lads, as you do. Got youth development's important. And they scored 4 goals. Almost won a penalty straight away from kickoff, which was very painful. So they were technically 4-3 up. And then I scored in the 90th minute and the 93rd minute. Should we watch all the goals? Do you want to watch 9 goals? No.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. All right. So we've had the no from Dave, but the last minute winner from Tallnick was a pile driver from long range, and it was quite satisfying. And in the post-match press conference, I was just like banging on about how this is football, and was trying to Jurgen Klopp it up basically. I then hammered CSKA Moscow 8-0, and in the Club World Championship, which is the competition of which we're showing the final today, in the semi-final, I beat Ulsan, who are a South Korean team.
I know.
Yeah, Dave did the scouting on them actually, so he does know. I don't know why I'm telling him. They're Ulsan Hyundai because they're sponsored by Hyundai, or Hyundai as the Americans. Yeah, let's stick with Hyundai. But yeah, I hammered them 9-0. So again, this tournament is looking like a bit of a joke for us, but we are actually playing someone decent in the final. Not many people know this about Dave Dodds, but he's actually half Brazilian. And so hailing from his native land are Corinthians. So we'll be playing them in the final. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else to catch you up on. We're still on for winning everything, so I hope this will be the 3rd competition win of this season, even though we can't remain unbeaten. Oh yeah, there was one thing I wanted to check, which was if we got beat by Arsenal at about the same point. So that was in September, whereas this was in like November, and it was at home as well. So, and okay, no commonalities between that. I thought there might be a little. Was there a Champions League game? Oh, it was before a Champions League game, so not even. Whereas this was after. Okay, so no commonalities, no trend I need to be worried about. I just wanted to double check that. Right, we'll do the game and then we'll go on to some funny names. As you'll see, Al Ali have won the 3rd place playoff against Ulsan, and I think LA Galaxy got knocked out prior to that. So yeah, unlucky for them. Kramaric, formerly of Leicester, scoring for Al Saad, who came, I guess, 5th. And lost. LA Galaxy came 6th. Weird. Okay, so let's go and play Corinthians. They will be playing probably a very Brazilian-looking lineup, except he's Argentinian, and I think he might be Egyptian. No, he's okay. Yamil Assad is actually Argentinian. Didn't see that coming. But we'll see who they actually line up with. Casio is a guy who's actually real. I like him. I've had him on previous iterations of Football Manager. Obviously, he isn't this bad because he's super old right now, but he's very communicative, which bodes well for his marriage. Although, yeah, I want to talk to Pedro Salgado, my Salty Pete, my Brazilian goalkeeper friend, and I compared him to Casio because Casio was my favourite Brazilian goalie of the time, and he got very offended because he thought I was telling him that he was ugly.
Aww.
Which, I mean, Casio is, he's not a pretty boy by any means.
He's not ugly though.
Yeah, but he had a beard at the time as well, as did Pedro, so I kind of thought he had long hair and a beard and played in goal and was quite good. I thought it was a flattering comparison, but he was not having any of it. Right, so I've already set up the team. This is the lineup on the right. Any key players you want to pick out from there, Dave? Maybe a top 3 guys you think are going to be fairly influential in the game.
Milton, because that's my dad.
Milton, who is named after Milton Marito.
Yeah.
Um,
And Wesley, because that's my mate.
Wesley, yeah, you do have. I thought it was your cousin. Is he just your friend?
No, he's Emmanuel's cousin.
Oh, he's Emmanuel's cousin in Brazil. Okay. So far you picked out the Englishman who's named after your Brazilian father and the Brazilian goalkeeper. Well done.
And Divock Origi.
Divock Origi, because he scored in the Champions League final.
Yeah.
But you were asleep. Were you awake for that bit?
No, I was awake for that bit.
Oh, okay. Jolly good. Excellent stuff. Okay, well, that's your pre-match from Dave Dodds. Right, so from Sedomir Ilic, who I can't see why he would know anything about this game or this competition, he's said, I can see Liverpool edging this game. It'd be tough. Corinthians won't roll over, but the Reds get my vote. Excellent stuff. Someone's bumped into me in the tunnel in the Khalifa International Stadium, by the way. Uche Hopkins from BBC Radio Merseyside. The details on this game are so strange sometimes. I've offered little by way of surprise today. Oh, thanks, Uche. Team picks itself. Very strong team. Very good team, wouldn't you say, Dave?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say yes, boss, to be honest. But
Oh.
yeah, darling, yeah. Right, so this is how they're lining up. We'll look into their lineup as I set how we're going to treat them. So Cassiano, I believe, is okay. He's actually technically competent, as is Milano, but I think he's old. Yes, that is both correct. I did do my pre-scouting on this, by the way. Assad, Argentinian. Marcelo Melli is excellent. I was once upon a time going to buy him, but because he's rather good. But I bought Kranovita instead, and I think they might have been on the same team at the time. It might have been Boca. Anyway, right. So Ricardo Acosta, is he any good? Not really, but he can pass. So let's smash him. Martin Garcia, is he any good? No, not really, but he can also pass. So let's smash him one. You on board, Dave?
Yes, boss.
Yes, that's the one. JSD, he's quite good. So let's close him down. Don't need to look at their centre backs. That is once of I thought he got a bit more famous than he did. I think Bayern Munich were interested in him once upon a time, as was I, and then realised he wasn't going to get that good. He's fine to just lay there because he's old and slow. Parra, who's a left back, he's okay. He's good going forward. So let's close him down. Hobson Luiz is actually sold from me, so I know his stats fairly intimately. He's fine. Alisson. Is that the right way to say that? Alisson? Alisson. Yeah. So how I said it first time?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine then. Joabson. What?
Oh, God, that's a stupid name. What's wrong with us, man?
Joabson. And yeah, Luis Cassano, who is the guy that they actually warned me about prior to the game, he's on the bench and he scored 34 goals in 62 appearances this season, which demonstrates you one of the strangeness of the Brazilian league, where they play their kind of state championships and also play in the first division, which is like the Premier League. And it all counts, and it's a bit strange sometimes. But you end up playing a lot of games.
So you're worth your money then.
Yeah, there you are, Dave. By the way, there's a little picture of you because you helped me set these instructions.
Handsome man, and I.
I don't know. I like you. I like you more for your footballing brain, to be honest. Right, what are we going to say to our lads? Should I let you decide? No, I don't think I should. I think go out there and carry on straight on from where you finished off last time. Only Strong Pete liked that.
I was going to say that's a bit low.
I'll give them a rocket, don't worry. A calm rocket of faith. A faith rocket.
Did you even read what those said?
Yeah, I know. Look, I just said calmly, you have faith. You have faith. You have faith. Or I have faith in you. Because of course I've got faith in these guys. They're all frigging excellent.
Yeah.
So it's it's fine. Right. Let's see how we go.
Go on,
so in the Oh, I thought we were going to score in the first 10 seconds there. I thought that'd be pretty
Oh.
good. But no, George Elgar just slowly making his way back to the news desk. Wait, no, the centre back spot is what he's doing. One-time Gill, despite not scoring last season, has got a couple this season. I was a bit disappointed because I thought it would be really funny if he went 2 seasons without scoring. Oh, great corner routine, and we hit the bar. A flick on from Strong Pete at the front to Alagaya at the back. Oh, well, that's one straight off the training field. Struggled to get enough shots on target. Well, both our strikers are world class, so. Oh, we hit the bar again. Are you mad? And One-time Gill does his usual thing of just hitting it past the post. That's fine. Right, so we're getting towards half time. Nothing's really bloody happened, so I'm a bit disappointed. We've hit the bar twice, I suppose. Aralaga, if you can get on that, we should. Oh, there he is.
Well done, Origi.
Deadliest man in the world, Divock Origi. He only needs.
That's what I said.
We've had 2 shots on target and one of them's gone in, luckily. But Aralaga just about keeps that in. Had a quick look at it and then whipped it in. Divock Origi sneaks in.
Just as I predicted.
Yeah, you did. You called him out as a man to watch.
I did.
Right, excellent stuff. I'm going to say I'm not happy.
What?
Well, wait for it. Actually, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll take off Paul Pogba first because he's a bit tired. And bring on... Actually, no. I was going to say bring on a younger player, but we're only 1-0 up. So I'm going to say I'm not happy. How do you think they'll react to that?
Knowing them, they'll probably appreciate it, won't they?
Yeah! So most of them look really fired up.
Stockholm syndrome with this lot.
They've been with me for too many years. Right, okay, the midfield are looking happy, so I don't need to say anything to them. It's the strikers disappointed with the quality of the finishing. But I said it calmly. No, I couldn't say anything. I have over many years polished what I say and how I say it, and I vary it every now and then just so they don't get bored.
Just like us, boss.
So, sorry, Dave. I don't think we should be discussing this right now. Right, so that's half time. The stats are looking like we've just wasted a load of nonsense and hit the post twice.
But we're still winning.
We are still winning, so you know.
Wesley's going to score a goal from the other end
Wesley
of the pitch.
will. If you want to take bets on it, I will shake your hand to say that Wesley will not score. I have had a keeper score, but it was at lower league English level rather than Club World Championship final level. Okay, so we're putting together a nice passage of play here, by the way.
Origi.
He's already scored one. What more do you want from him?
A hat-trick.
Oh, right. Okay, that's fair. They're doing quite a nice break, but hopefully, and we can break back. I like that. The counter break, which we've kind of actually slowed down, so don't worry about that. Still building. See him out there, obviously. Great stuff.
There we go.
Milton crosses it in to Aralaga.
See?
Or Harry Beer, as Ben wanted me to nickname him, because it's like Harry Lager. Good flick. Cassio, who he isn't blonde. I don't know what that's about. Cassio with no chance in goal.
So an assist for my dad?
Yeah, quite right. So 60 minutes, we're going to make some substitutions, because as you know, Dave, that's how we always do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring on Florian Vachka as...
Good one, boss.
Yeah, thank you. Going to put One-time Gill in the deep line playmaker role, because Vachka's, as you can see, his colour went from yellow to green, so he can actually do the defensive bit, but he can't do the rest of it, really. Actually, I guess we're 2-0 up. I might take off Nero. And put Pinner in, just so we do get our youth players on. Because how many youth players we got? Oh, yeah, okay. So we'll put Pinner in, and all that good work I did adjusting Vachka, I'm going to undo it and put Pinner in there instead. And later on, hopefully, we'll continue to progress, and we can bring on Miranda or Andy Unsworth, who's actually... Oh, yeah, I should probably mention... I think there were 6 players in the running for World Player of the Year. 5 of them were mine, and one of them was Luciano Acosta, who was formerly of this parish. Memphis has taken a knock, apparently. I don't see it on the stats right now, but that's fine. So who we should bring on? One who's played more football. Giacomo Miranda, who's doing really well, 18 years of age. Or why that triggered me on the World Player of the Year, because European Golden Boy, one of my former steeds called Piana, which always made me laugh because it sounds like one of my relatives saying piano. he's up for it, but because he's been playing in the Italian second division really, really well, which was a bit silly. Whereas Andy Unsworth has 17 goals in 8 starts for Liverpool, so he's pretty good. He's doing pretty well.
Did he play one of those 8 or 9-0 games? And just
quite probably, yes. I don't know. So he scored 5 against Ulsan.
Yeah.
And 3 against Sheffield and another 3 against Astra. So he's been playing a lot in the Champions League, to be fair, which you could argue is the highest level of football. You could also argue I do get some rubbish teams. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to take Aralaga off. I'm going to bring Andy Unsworth on. He's deserved his appearance in the final, having scored 5 in the semi. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
So there we go. See if he can get a goal. One-ton Gill, what are you going to do? Shoot ineffectively. I could have predicted that, to be fair. Yeah, so I've got a lot of players up for Golden Boy. Andy Unsworth is one of them. I've got a lot of lads up also for World Golden Ball, or whatever it's called. They do 2 prizes at once, and it's like World Player of the Year and Golden Ball. And they sometimes do go to different people, but mostly go to the same person. So it's a bit strange. I don't really get it. Milton, rip it up. Great ball in. Unintentional goal there from Milton. In bizarre fashion, Milton scores. You'll be able to see, and obviously Dave will be able to see this, that the cross in, he intended to cross it, and then the cross, the goalkeeper misjudged it. Cassio having a terrible game. He just falls over and it drops in at the back post. Unsworth trying to nick it there, then signalling that he didn't get a touch. Good old Andy. And they've said, considering we've not got many shots on target, we've got 7 and 7 shots on target and we scored 3. But 24 shots overall, so it's not ridiculous. Jo Anderson. They're doing okay. They're not a bad team. They should be doing better than this, really. Right, Milton, on the break, mate. Use your pace. Oh, good lad. He's run a long way. Can he get a cross in? Oh, Unsworth was almost there. I do quite like having quite a fancy team with loads of, European and international stars, and then having some bloke called Andy Unsworth, who just sounds like,
You met him down the pub.
Yeah, he makes steel for a living, and only drinks, John Smith's. Go on, Unsworth, stick it in, lads. Oh, great cross in, unselfish Andy, for Origi, but Origi couldn't finish, which is unlike him. Because as we know from the Champions League, in real life, he scores every shot he takes. Right, so 92nd minute. We've won at the Khalifa International Stadium.
Yeah.
I presume named after Wiz. And yeah, well done. Well done. It was a good performance. Can I not say anything like, well done for winning the final? Oh, right. Congratulations, boys. Enjoy these moments. You deserve it.
You could probably say, that was fucking crap, guys. What a terrible game. And they'd be like, yeah.
You might
so much.
You might think that
Love you.
When they've just won a cup final, they don't really like it.
Yeah.
I've done it before because they won a cup final like 1-0, and I was like, guys, that was not good enough. And they literally, there was uproar. They all went red.
They all cried.
Yeah, basically, because when they win a cup final, that's fair.
Yeah.
So you'll see the top scorers from this competition is all us, apart from Andrej Kamovic. So that's nice.
Oh.
So there we go. Victory in the Club World Championship. Excellent news. It's only 3-0, but I think maybe the final last year was only 3-0. There we go. Hang on, we can have a look. It was only 2-0, even worse. But I played a proper understrength team, whereas this time I played a pretty good team. So just going back on Dave's pre-game picks. You picked out Divock Origi, who of course scored the first goal. You also picked out Milton, who got man of the match, a goal and an assist.
Yeah.
And you picked out Wesley, who kept a clean sheet.
Yeah. And saved lots of chances.
Well, I don't know. Let's see how many shots he actually saved. 2.
Yeah. So that's as many as we scored +1.
In an hour and a half, he saved 2 shots.
It's not his fault the other team didn't do any good
shots.
shots.
No, it's not his fault. But you did predict that he would score.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, right, so we hit the woodwork 3 times and we had 2 clear-cut chances, so that's probably on balance about right. Right, so do we have to deal with any news off the back of that? Liverpool lift Club World Championship, excellent stuff. Khalifa International Stadium, that is funny. 1976 they built it.
Mm.
Interesting. Well, or not. Liverpool have won it 3 times in a row. Excellent stuff. Whenever it's been available to us, I believe we have won it. The fans are jubilant, as they well should be. Let's just have a quick press interview. You've been in charge now for many years. Absolutely not. I love it here. Sod off, trying to get me to say something to get me sacked. Winning the Club World Championship once is a big achievement. You've won it multiple times. I love it. Love going to the Wiz Khalifa Stadium.
It always excites me.
Oh, I wouldn't have put that tone on it, but okay. You've masterminded a memorable Club World Championship victory that the fans will remember for years to come. I doubt it, because we've won like 3 in a row and 4 of the last 5. So I think they'll probably blur into 1, to be honest. But yeah, I'm going to say I'm happy, obviously. They're basically asking me whether I'm happy or not, and I'm going to say I'm happy again. They're going to ask me whether everyone else is happy, and I'm going to say everyone's happy. Was one of the big favourites. Oh no, with this one, I usually keep it humble and say, no, we weren't one of the favourites. We have a good team here, but we took nothing for granted.
Oh.
But this competition is a piece of piss. So, so yeah, I'm going to say no one could stand in our way. Today is a great moment for Liverpool, but looking forward, we'll just go and win everything, hopefully. The woodwork simply stopped us by winning by a more commanding scoreline. What sort of impact do you think getting a goal just before half time had? Great one. There you go. So we got 3.3 million for that, weirdly. Probably from like some Qatari prince.
Maybe from Wiz Khalifa.
Maybe, yes. Because, yeah, I mean, the rights from him being mentioned this much on this YouTube channel should be hefty, I should say. So
yes.
Right, the board are happy.
Oops.
If you could not destroy the set, that would be great.
I dropped a trophy. There's just so many there coming out there.
Dave Dodds has dropped a trophy. He has dropped a clanger. Oh dear. The board are 60% happy. Great. Kenny Dalglish has praised Hamburger's spirit. Look at his face.
He looks very proud.
They could have just had one where he wasn't chewing his lip, surely. Anyway, Milton is a world-class forward. So I'm going to praise him up a little bit. So praise last game. You were superb with the number and quality of chances you created in the last match. I mean, even your goal technically was meant to be a cross. So good. Top assist, Paul Pogba, great stuff. Andy Unsworth with the top goal scorer. I don't think ever I'm going to get biggest overachiever or biggest underachiever in this competition. I mean, obviously, maybe if I got knocked out in the semis, that would be a pretty big shock. But right, so now that we've won that, we can just pop and pop over to the scouting rather, pop over into my shortlist and look at some funny names.
Okay.
Okay, good. You're still on board. Right, I'm at the wrong bit of the old shortlist there, unfortunately. Let's just do this. Okay, so a lot of these people I'm just signing, like Brinquedo, who's actually excellent. Yeah, he's really good. Well, if that means anything to you, look at him.
Oh yeah,
he's great.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
So let's have a little looky at some of the people who I'm not signing. Herman Tome or Herman to me made me chuckle, because I was then trying to find someone called To You, and I couldn't, so I was really disappointed. So it made it a bit less funny, but his name still potentially is Herman Tome. It's going to be Tome, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is not as funny. It's a shame. Desiree Ouattara, or Desire Ouattara, which I mean is interesting. He's 16-year-old, 5'3".
Oh.
But yeah, called Desiree. Ken and Dong. Good. See that? There's no particular reason behind that, but it made me laugh like that, like a child. Jesus Mamo. Jesus. Oh wow. So yeah, he is that Ethiopia? Yeah, he's Ethiopian. Jesus Mamo. Funny stuff. Bojang Ba. Bojang Ba, of course, plays for Walildan. Walidan. Is it just Walidan, or if it was Walildan? Oh yeah, it is Walidan. In the Gambia. Oh, one for Ben there. Bojang Ba. Peter Couscous.
Oh, and then it's like
Couscous.
goosey goosey.
Cousy. Oh God, I don't know what's better. I initially read it as couscous and made myself chuckle. But he of course plays for Bullets FC in Malawi.
I know them well.
Oh, all right, Dave. Um,
What?
yeah, this is just if you want to go for if maybe a beer. If you're drinking Samuel Adams, for instance. Oh, it's just Sam Adams, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, do you want a quick Samuel after Wiki? I put a tear there, but after Wiki. So not before Wiki, after Wiki. Made me laugh. Where's he from? He's contracted to the Red Sea, which I predict being difficult, and of course he's from Eritrea. Red Sea. Wow, semi-professional. Anyway, how big was their stadium? 20,000 seater stadium.
Pretty big.
Are you mad? Synthetic. What I thought Eritrea had. Oh, anyway, let's not go into that. When was it built? Cicero Stadium. But it's not been built, so that's great.
It's in construction.
Is it?
Well, it's not been built yet.
Well, okay, I'm confused. But I guess that would explain why the stadium condition is very poor if it's not been built yet.
Yeah.
Anyway, slight tangent. Afterworky, thought it was funny. Any other guys? I think these are just guys that I'm signing. Yes, I'm signing Malupo Ungolo, which is a reasonably funny name. Again, these are all just on their way in. How? Hello. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, so how obviously contracted to that famous Brazilian side Santos.
Yes.
Which seems weird. Is there a big Chinese diaspora in?
I think there's quite a few Japanese people.
Well, I mean, not the question, really. What was the question?
Are there quite a few Chinese people?
Yeah. Are there? In Brazil? Particularly around where Santos is? Is that Sao Paulo? Santos was Sao Paulo side, I think.
I've not heard of a big Chinese diaspora.
No.
I have heard of quite a lot of Japanese people. That's what I'm saying. That's more commonly known.
Fair enough. He is. Oh right, okay. It might be an agreement that Santos have with Shandong. Actually, don't I have an agreement with Shandong? Oh, hello. They got some pretty good agreements going on here, Shandong. Anyway, another tangent. But yeah, how? That's pretty funny.
No.
Oh, Joachim Zoller is not that funny a name, but I will show you him because he's 15. I think he's quite good all round, which is always promising. And I have signed him for 12 plus million.
Wow.
Yes, because he is going to be a most excellent player. So he's a world-class striker who is determined, consistent with a high work rate, and he's adaptable to living in this country. So I think he's going to be wicked. I think within this transfer fee, so it's 12 million in actual payments, and the plus, I think I pay Bayern £9 million when he reaches 50 goals for Liverpool.
Wow.
So that might be never, if it all goes wrong. It might be, when he's a true Liverpool legend, Bayern will get 9 million quid, which I think is going to be a good deal. But yeah, I couldn't get him initially because he came through at Hoffenheim and then immediately went to Bayern. And for the record, he's done really well at Bayern too. So I'm excited. A few more funny names. Paul Kleinhans, which of course means Paul Smallhands. No proof of that. Don't know if he's a relative of Donald Trump. Whatever. Stephen Figg, nickname I don't give a. Yeah, anyway. Simone Lasagna. He's Australian, which is strange. But yes, Simone Lasagna.
Australian and something, wasn't
it? Yeah, it was Italian as well, so no surprise there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's it. So we finish on Simone Lasagna, which is excellent. I was going to say I'm yet to find someone called Tagliatelle, but I think I did last year.
Oh.
It'll be in one of the videos. Yeah, probably like Lorenzo Tagliatelle. Can play. Where's this guy play? You can play centre back with Simone Lasagna.
Oh.
Actually, I could search that, couldn't I? Tagliatelle. Tagliani. Oh, what? Not going to find him.
Maybe he's retired.
Oh, I don't think so. Is that how you spell Tagliatelle? I'm very ignorant as to how Tagliatelle is actually spelled. I don't think we're going to find him. That's fine. Nearly. I'm sure they exist. Maybe, I'll tell you what, to be fair, is it in that list? I'm just not seeing it. No. Okay. Fair enough. What can happen is if a youth player doesn't make it, they get released, they retire at the age of like 17. And that is always disappointing for me because there's always money to be made. But yeah, that can happen. So maybe that's what happened. Boo. Maybe it was more years ago than I care to remember. Right. So we'll finish as I try and always do to give me some conclusive thoughts on the competition slide. Unfortunately, my Club World Championship exploits have put me down in second place, but I have 3 games in hand. Although they are 4 points clear, so Man United are doing pretty well this season. They were spending. I did highlight that in the previous video. Although as have Man City and Chelsea. Man City are playing appallingly against everyone but me. Disappointing. Fulham are right up there. Reading are right up there. Hull were right up there, but have dropped off a little bit. But actually now I'm seeing that the difference between like 9th and 3rd is 3 points.
Wow.
So that is strange. Although Man City got two games in hand there, so they could easily pop up to 3rd. Interesting. But yeah, Man United are doing pretty well. I will, of course, hope to, touch wood, retain first spot once I make up these games. Club World Championship winner, European Champions League. We have drawn Olympiacos in the first round, having previously beat Olympiacos quite heavily, I think. Where's past meetings? Oh, I can't be bothered to find it. No, it's not there. That's fine. We've previously beaten quite heavily, and I know that, and I know they're not great, so hopefully we should get through that. The Super Cup we've won. FA Cup we've been drawn against Hull, high-flying Hull. We'll have to play a good team against them. We've got the Capital One Cup quarter-final against West Ham, who fired Steve Clarke a little while ago. The managerial merry-go-round is on again, as I think Shevchenko got fired from Everton, and they've hired like James Coppinger, is it? Yeah, they've hired James Coppinger. But he was at Leeds, so I don't know. Literally, he went up 1 place, which is mad. I don't know if Leeds have now Sean Dyche popping up at Leeds, newly promoted, so that's quite funny. Mourinho's back at Millwall, as I mentioned to you guys. I don't know if someone's got fired from Tottenham. Yes, they did. They got fired from Tottenham and they hired Moisey, which is funny stuff. I mean, what a contrasting fortunes. 2nd down to 15th.
Wow.
Madness. Absolute madness. But yeah, so we've got there with that, and the Community Shield we obviously won. So it's 3 out of 7. We've lost our unbeaten season, but I think we may score more goals maybe than ever before in a season because we've had some madness on the goal scoring front.
Yeah.
We'll pick up next time at the what I hope to be the Capital One Cup final, which will be in about May. Maybe combine that with some interesting games over here. And so we'll be able to review what's happened since and the ongoings in January. So that'll be fun.
That will be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Dave, do you want to go to bed now?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, me and Dave are going to get some sleep. Sorry. Oh, God. All right, yeah, me and Dave are going to get some sleep. So, thanks for that. I was finding it, funnily enough, struggling with it enough as it was. Anyway.
So until next time.
It's
goodbye from him.
Goodbye? And it's goodbye from him.
Yeah.
Have we turned into the 2 Ronnies now? I don't understand what's happening to this relationship. Anyway, bye guys. That was the Anfield Boot Room.
Night.
Checking out. Night night.